I'm so excited you want to try the Small Dog Prints solution to custom screen stencils. This is the black box I was referring to as your second option for exposing film to make screens. Again, it's just a black tote box from Walmart, and I cut a 1 1/4 inch hole in the top and stuck my little light kit receptor in there in the top, and you simply turn it over and put your exposure bulb in, and that, when it's plugged in and on, the bulb to the bottom, to your work surface, actually is at the exact 12-inch distance when it's turned over that the bulb needs to sit from your work surface. So this tote actually works really well. It is a little bit bigger than the portable and foldable little light kit, but you can also take all of this out and store all your materials in there. And the benefit of the big, I call it a dark room, a desktop dark room. The benefit of this is that you can use it under any lighting conditions, and I'm going to show you how. So I'm going to keep my lights on overhead, and right now the bulb is in the off position. I simply take the artwork that I want to make into a custom screen stencil, and right now I'm making a stencil that is my sister's favorite kind of phrase. Does a bear poop in the woods, when she means to say yes. And this is Leo's Aunt Suzanne. My sister always just responds, does a bear poop in the woods? So I took her phrase and made it into a little just logo, I guess, from clip art that I added to my graphics program. I found a bear, I found some free trees, I made them different sizes, and then I just drew in on the textured side of the transparency a little poop, because I didn't want that to be too pronounced. But you can embellish things on your transparency with an opaque marker. This paint marker included in the kit is wonderful, and it's quick drying. So again, you always print with your textured side, on the textured side. And in order to use my desktop darkroom, I take my exposure plate first, and if you work quickly, you just keep the lights on. I usually set it in there, and then I take one piece of film out of the black baggie real quick. Make sure you only take one piece, lay it on your black exposure board, and you take your artwork face down onto the film, tap it up, add your clear plexi onto the top, and simply turn over your black box onto the top of it. Here we go. Let me get one more alignment. Put it under the black box. That process should be fairly quickly, because again, all the ambient lighting in your craft center is going to be on, but once it gets under here, it's protected. So when you turn this on, click, you can see over here on this side, there's this little hole. I usually take off the little clamps that come with the box on one side, so I can see, okay, my light is on. Here's the little handle that I took off. So I took that off just on one side so I could see when the light is off and on. And then you set your timer for 15 minutes, and that's how you use the desktop darkroom. So if you have a darkroom for photography that's not being used, there's a light kit and stand that comes in the kit that Leo will have also, but that would require using your photography darkroom all the time. So anyway, this is just a solution, and I'll show you really quick once the screen stencil is made what it looked like. Thanks, guys. Okay, hey guys. So Aunt Suzanne's favorite phrase, does a bear poop in the woods? The custom stencil I think turned out pretty good. And you can see the bear and the clip art trees. And really, there is so much free downloadable clip art out there, high res, that it's really fun to put together your own logos. And also embellish them and add whatever you want to the transparency. So anyway, I was going to show you on a flour sack towel That's what I eventually want to make, Leo's Aunt Suzanne, but I didn't have any left. So, any clean ones. You can get those flour sack towels, like packs of 6, I think, at Walmart and Costco, Sam's Club, stuff like that. So anyway, for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to print on a black piece of paper. If I'm printing on a garment or in a garment or any fabric, I usually go outside and use a little repositionable spray adhesive on one of these black boards. Or if I don't feel like going outside, I just put down some double stick tape, something to give it a little resistancy, and also a flat surface to print on is always best. So if I was going to print fabric, I would just put this over, lay it smooth and flat, you know, over that sticky board. Printing a piece of paper, so I'm just going to put that on there and position this. You can tape the perimeter so that any of the ink runoff when you get to the end doesn't get on your t-shirt or the rest of your item. For this purpose, I'm just really quickly going to demonstrate how this specific logo printed, and put a little bit of white ink on my squeegee. I like to add it to my squeegee. A lot of people just add it to the actual screen. Hold it down, swipe. Make sure you get all the areas that are open in the design. My arm is probably in the way, but make sure that all the design areas that were open on your graphic were covered in ink, and then lift it up, and voila! There's a bear poop in the woods.